job for me. Let me stay in the office and when I tire like this in the office. But is that? I didn't hear you, sir. Full allocation, what is sir? So let's know what we are allocating now. Alright. Ladies and gentlemen, moving on with the program, starting as fast and as good as possible. We're starting with that one instrument, that one tool that binds us all together in this country. It's one instrument that makes Nigeria Nigeria. Please, can we rise as we honor this great nation by singing national anthem? Alright. On the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Let's sing. Arise, O compass, Nigeria's call obey, to serve our fatherland with love and strength and faith. The labor of our heroes shall never be in vain, to serve with heart and might, one nation bound in freedom, peace and unity. Please, in honor of the great nation, a round of applause, please. Thank you very much. Let's have our beautiful sit. It's awesome. I like the fact that we all can sing the national anthem. It's not something you get everywhere in Nigeria. Some of us cannot sing the national anthem, even in high places. Oh, this is not recorded. Yeah, I tell people all the time, you get to learn the national anthem easily when you go to a private school in Nigeria. But if you're a public servant like me, you know, I went to public primary school, public secondary school, a public university, and right now, to the glory of God, I am a public figure. You know, the more public you go, the more public you get. Alright, I would like to move on with the program, and the next thing on my agenda is the recognition of guests. Everybody here is important, but we have to just recognize the presence of some wonderful people that have cancelled their schedules to be here today. Please, if your hands are not too busy, is representing the Honorable Commissioner of Agric, Lagos State. Please, a round of applause for the Permanent Secretary, Ministry of Agriculture. I'm talking about no other than Mr. Akim Adeniyi. Please, a round of applause for him. Adeniyi, please, a round of applause for him. I'm sorry, sir. You know, I told you I didn't study in Nigeria. So I'm not really good with Nigerian names, you know. It's not my fault. Please, one more time, a round of applause for him. You're welcome, sir. Thank you very much for making it down. Also, I would like to welcome our representative from the Kebbi State Licensing Office. I think I have the name here. Sorry, just need to. Okay, please, a round of applause as we welcome Mr. Chukwud Muhammad. Please, a round of applause for him. You're welcome, sir. Please to the high table. Thank you very much, sir. How is everything middle? Is that up north or middle north? That's up north, eh? That's middle? That's up north. Middle? Kebbi is where? Kebbi is? Northwest. Okay, it's northwest, so it's not really up north like that. You are still close to us. Yeah. Because nowadays, you know. Alright. Ladies and gentlemen, I would also like to recognize the presence of this wonderful woman all the way from the African Development Bank. She is the lead digital agriculture Please a round of applause for Miss Kemi Afun Ogidon. Am I right? Please a round of applause for her. Is she around? No, not yet. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, also would like to welcome the chairman, Frontier Africa. Please a round of applause for Mr. Bosin Omofai. Is he around yet? All right, not yet. All right. Also, I'd like to recognize the presence of the CEO, Visionage Agrotech Farms. That's Mr. Edobong, Mrs. Edobong Akpabio. Is she around? Thank you very much, ma. You're welcome. Also, I'd like to recognize the co-founder, African Farmer Stories. Please a round of applause for Mrs. Victoria. Is it Mrs. or Miss? Mrs. Victoria Madedo. Please a round of applause for her. She's not here yet, she's on her way. All right. It's Lagos though, so Lagos is the only place where you go and drop somebody at the park or at the airport. It gets to London before you get home. I'm telling you. I'm not just drop somebody there. I'm in London already. You're in London. I'm still in traffic. Different kinds of traffic in Lagos. We have hold up, we have go slow, and we have traffic. When it's traffic, the person say, not normally in Lagos, as you get in Lagos, there must be somebody that is selling either gala or pure water. When the person is still jogging with you, that's traffic. When it's go slow, the person is working with you and asking you, "Guy was work today? Hope you are fine." That's go slow. But when it's hold up is when he sits down with you and you sit down with him. No movement in the front, no movement in the back. He starts talking to you normally and start telling his family problem. That's hold up. Alright, I would also like to recognize the presence of the head agribusiness and also the head from export department. Please a round of applause for me, all the way from Sterling Bank. A round of applause for Mr. David and Mr. Olufemi. Okay, Mr. Olufemi is around. Please a round of applause. So thank you very much for coming. Also like to recognize all the way from Sahel Capital. Please a round of applause for Madam Indidi Uneli. She's represented here. All right, thank you. Thank you very much. Send our regards to Madam. I know her very well. She's my friend. I went to the same primary school actually. No. She did study in Nigeria. She left for overseas. She studied in Togo. Yeah, I know her very well. Very well. Also, I'd like to recognize the presence of the Managing Director of the Lagos Commodity and Futures. I'm talking about Mr. Akere Dolu Ali. Please a round of applause. Is he around yet? He's still on his way. All right. Also, would like to recognize all the way from the Denmark Consulate, please, a round of applause for Mr. Paul Eric Strap. Please a round of applause. You're welcome. Please to the high table, sir. Sir, please. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to once again recognize the representative from Sahel Capital. Please a round of applause for Mr. Otito Oladumade. Please a round of applause for him. You're welcome, sir. Thank you very much. Alright. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to recognize the presence of two wonderful people all the way from IITA. I'm talking about the head of communications, Miss Catherine Lopez. Please a round of applause for her. You're welcome. Thank you very much. And also the head of capital development unit, IITA. I'm talking about Miss Sobri Noma Zainatu Kenneth. Please a round of applause for her. Miss Zainatu, sorry. I mixed up the names a little there. Okay, also please we have Mr. Kenneth. Sorry, I married you guys up already. Please forgive me. Is the head of Agric Business NOSAC Groups. Please a round of applause for Mr. Kenneth, please. He's on his way. All right. Please don't tell him I married you guys already when he comes. All right. Also, I'd like to recognize from Posher Media, Mr. Otto Abasi. You're welcome. Thank you very much. Also, I'd like to recognize from First Bank PLC, the head Agric Desk, Mr. Ibrahim Sanuth is on his way. All right. Also, we have from TechSpice, the head of groups TechSpice. Please round us for Udo Oroye Livingstone. You're welcome. Thank you very much. All the way from AGRF, please round us for Dr. Kehinde Makinde. Dr. Kehinde Makinde, not yet around. Okay. All right. Please let's okay. The BATN Foundation. We have the project manager right here. Please round of applause for Mr. Dari Olusoya. He's on his way. Okay. Also from Farm Crowdy. Please, we have the founder and CEO. Please, a round of applause for Miss. Okay, his representative, yeah. The founder and CEO's representative, yeah. Please, round of applause for Mr. Babajide Aroye. You're welcome. Thank you very much. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we have an Agric Business Reporter from NAN. Please, round of applause for Itohe. Sorry. You know, I told you I didn't study in Nigeria. Yeah, so it's kind of hard to pronounce your people's names. How do you people, do that? Also from the Guardian, please a round of applause for. Okay, the Guardian reporter here, please a round of applause. Are you around? We don't have the name. Sorry. Also the reporter from Business Day. On our way. All right. From Daily Independence. Okay. All right. Do we have? From Daily Trust, the reporter from Daily Trust. Thank you very much for coming. Also from Tribune newspaper. Not yet. From The Sun. All right, thank you very much. We are from Punch. He's on his way. All right. All right, ladies and gentlemen, right now, without further ado, we're moving on with the program. Please, one more time, a round of applause for every wonderful person seated here. Thank you very much for coming. All right, moving on with the program right now, we'd like to take the welcome address. Please, if your hands are not too busy, a round of applause as we welcome Prince Ade Ajayi as he gives us the welcome address for today. A round of applause, please.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for being here today. We really thank God for today. We thank our Honorable Permanent Secretary, representing our lady, Honorable Commissioner of Agriculture, Lagos State. Thank you so much for your partnership. From Kebbi State, we really thank you so much for being here and be partner with us in moving our nation forward. And I thank you, all the audience and the press. We thank you so much for being here. And we really believe that we are going to change this generation through what we are doing today. And I surely believe that this is the future. Let us start all protocol fully observed. The COVID-19 pandemic has opened our eyes to see possibility in digitalization of agriculture sector. Imagine how easy and interesting the world of agriculture will be if people have access to an online platform with agricultural courses where they will be satisfied at the end of the course. Farmers and investors across the agri-value chain often make mistakes as a result of lack of adequate knowledge or information on how the agricultural world operates. This is why there is a services where players in all sectors can always reach to ask and confirm any agricultural information on investment, planting, etc. Because we know something for sure, that information leads to transformation. If you need any information, if you lack any information in any area of your businesses, it's going to cause a lot of problem. But we surely believe that with this digitalization, we'll be able to move forward. We are not leaving the children behind because they are our future. We are in the world where people think agriculture is a profession of the old people. It is high time we started creating this in the mind of the young people, possibility and opportunity people can harness in the sector. We intend to catch them young and to rebrand what we call agriculture sector, that people always looking as a tata, something that people are just looking at, you are a wretched person with no personality. No. That's why people like us dress like our mentor, Akinwumi Adesina. We have our bow tie. Farmer can do great things. Without us, nothing move. We are not, So it is a great joy in my heart, that I welcome you to the launch and press briefing of our e-learning platform, Farm Support Services and Eco-Agric in partnership with Lagos State. God bless you all. You are welcome.
Thank you very much, sir. That was a very wonderful one. Ladies and gentlemen, now we know why we are all here. We're here to launch and, do all this. Ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, we're moving on with the program. And the next thing is the introductory video. Want to know what we actually are here for, digging deep into the reason why we're here. So please just tilt your faces towards the screen right here, and let's watch the video. Thank you.
Well, I think first and foremost is to recognize that agriculture is not a way of life. Agriculture is a business. It's a wealth-creating sector. You take a look at Africa today. In total, Africa spends, $35 billion a year importing food that it should be producing. And if we do nothing about that, by 2025, Africa will be spending another $110 billion importing food. So the things that have to change is how we take agriculture. We must take agriculture as a business that can create wealth and revive our rural communities. The second thing that has to change is that for all the things that Africa produces, I see Sir Jeff over there producing maize, but also whether it is rice, whether it's cassava, whether it's coffee, whether it's cocoa, whether it's tea, whatever it is, or cotton, Africa has to absolutely add value to everything. It makes no sense today that Africa accounts for 75% of the global production of cocoa, but Africa gets only 2%. 2% of a $100 billion market for chocolates. So the price of cocoa will fall, like it has just fallen, Again, Cote d'Ivoire is losing $1 billion as a result of that. But the price of chocolates never goes down. The price of cotton will fall, but the price of textiles and apparels will never go down. And so the price also of coffee beans will fall, but never the price of brewed coffee that people are making money smarty all the way to the bank. And so we've got to make sure that we make agriculture value chains that allows Africa to add value to everything it produces.
Roadmap has been designed in line with that agenda to reform, to transform, and to maximize the potential of the Lagos State agricultural sector.
Agricultural revolution across the country, including Kebbi, is still well on its way, and we are counting on agriculture to help us yet again lead us out of recession, because there's very robust growth in the agricultural sector despite the downturn in other sectors.
Imagine for a moment that you had an e-learning platform that brings you every knowledge, every skill, and every information on agriculture. Imagine for a moment that you could study any course of your choice right at the click of your finger. Wow! Well, this imagination has been put into possible realizations by the Corporate Farmers International as we bring to you this educative and most impactful e-learning platform. At a time when most people think that it is definitely impossible for agriculture to go beyond cutlasses and farms, well, you see, technology and digitalization has brought in more possibilities to explore in the agricultural sector. And you are on the winning side when you begin to see agriculture beyond the four walls of the farm and onto agribusiness. Now, this e-learning platform will be a guide for you on your success path in the agricultural sector. And it will also open your eyes to the many possibilities to explore in the agricultural world. Very well. Now the question is, what would you do? Are you ready to embark on this awesome journey? Well, we'll find it very soon. So finally, don't forget to pay attention to every unit, every module, and enjoy the ride of each course. Keep learning.
In Nigeria, and we are birthing something big right here, I must say. Gone are the days where, while we were growing up, the only time you took agric as a course was when every university did not give you admission. Then when in Nigeria, when you're filling out your JAMB registration course, you just come out of in secondary school, you feel you want to take over the world and everything, and you have two options. You pick your first choice, then your second choice, and you have two courses to pick. And you do JAMB the first time, you write something like Unilag. First course you want to do medicine, second course architecture. Then the second choice you pick UI. You put medicine, you put architecture. JAMB you, that's the first time. You repeat the JAMB again. This time you aim a little bit lower. Unilag. You write medicine, architecture. Then you write OSU, Ogun State University, medicine, botany. Jam you again. Then you start reducing standard. First choice, LASU. No, sir, actually, I didn't pick that school. The school picked me. I don't know. I didn't want to go to this school. It's a story for another day. Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to recognize the presence of this wonderful woman representing Lagos Commodities and Futures Exchange. Please, she's the head of corporate affairs. A round of applause for Miss Nkechi Obi. You're welcome. Thank you very much for making it down. All right, ladies and gentlemen, moving on with the program, and we're taking the goodwill message from the Permanent Secretary, Minister of Agric, Lagos State. Please, a round of applause as we welcome to the microphone Mr. Akim Adeniji. Please, a round of applause for him.
Thank you. Thank you very much. The man from Adekunle Ajasin University. Thank you. The CEO of Corporate Farmers International and the very good team, distinguished guests here present, press men and ladies who are the key personalities today, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, it is my pleasure and indeed the pleasure of the Honorable Commissioner to grace this occasion. The public presentation of very key products from the Corporate Farmers International. I commend you and your team. Of course, your partnership with Lagos State wasn't just accidental. As you all know, Lagos State, being the most populous state in the country with over 22 million and still counting, requires strategy for improved food production, enhanced productivity, so that we can attain food security for our teeming population. Therefore, we are very open to ideas that will allow us to achieve that very seamlessly. We know that technology-driven sectors, they do very well. And the time has come for us to start applying technology in all the facets and value chains of agriculture. As you are aware, very recently, you had the, Mr. Governor at the launch of our 5-year roadmap. The essence of that roadmap is premised on technologically driven agricultural value chain. That is why we are giving accolades to CFI for bringing out this product at this point in time, when we require to change the paradigm, we require to change the narrative, the way we've been doing things. And if you look at their product, they are mostly centered on developing new agriculturalists, new farmers that will have that mindset from the beginning to start doing things in the right way. We need to replace our old farmers with technologically savvy farmers, and that is what they are here to do. And we need to start catching them young. The second product speaks to that. And for our farmers to continue to have new ways, new technology in terms of improved seedlings, improved way of rearing your animals and so on is also very, very important to receive the information from time to time. So you can see that the products they are launching today is all encompassing and it can be summed up to be agricultural development driven, technologically based. So once again, we are happy to partner with you as a state, and we hope that you will continue to dish out more innovative ways of improving food security in the state. Once again, I thank you so very much. God bless you.
Thank you very much, sir. That was wonderful. I noticed the part where you said we need to replace old farmers with new farmers. That's wonderful. You know, farming has always with young farmers. That's good. That's awesome. To be nice to see people wear suits to the farm. You know.
Yes.
Very, very nice. You wear suits to the farm, and just you wear suits and they ask you, what do you do? Say, I'm a farmer. You know, back in the days when they call you a farmer, it's an insult. They say, farmer like you. You're behaving like a farmer. But now it's a big thing. You say, I'm a farmer. Say, wow, you're a farmer. Where do you farm? You know, back in the day, I tell people, back in the day, farming was a lifestyle. I remember hearing stories of my grandfather. My grandfather was a very, very wonderful man. He was good. Very faithful man to the core. He managed to marry 13 wives, and the barren ones had 4 children each. The barren ones, if they were not barren, they would have more than 4. And one day, I think I asked him before he died, before he passed, I was like, sir, why did you marry so many wives? Why do you have so many children? He said, because he needed them for his farm. I was like, okay. So, sir, I'm thinking, since the farming system worked for my grandfather by having many wives and giving birth to many children so they can work in his farm, I'm thinking you should add something like that to your e-learning. You can make it marriage reproductory system 202. Family business. Anyway, sir?
I said perhaps if technology had been introduced then no need to divert those children who have done
different things.
their lives.
That was our technology then. That was the only technology they knew. All right. Moving on with the program, please. To give us a presentation of spoken words, please, a round of applause for Ola Ogunyemi. A round of applause, please.
Good morning all. Okay, so my name is Ola Ogunyemi, and I'm a graphic designer at my course, so I want to thank my bosses and my colleague for giving me the opportunity to do a spoken word piece this morning. So the title of my piece is Self-Love, but in the light of a farmer. So a little backstory on the piece is just a farmer thinking out loud on how low self-esteem he has been, and him walking through the journey of finding himself. So, hope I deliver it well. Okay, so the title of my piece once more is Self-Love, but in the light of a farmer. Okay. The questions, who am I, runs through my mind because I've been demanding love in the wrong places. Seeking for validations only had me opening pages of doubt and fear. But not anymore. I've come to realize who I am, what I carry, the value I can bring, and also give myself the respect that I deserve. Well, let me explain further. Who am I? And I say with pride, I am the man and the woman that tills the ground, the guy or the lady who is not afraid to get his or her hands dirty. What is my importance? Allow me brag for a few seconds. I feed you. I feed you. So anytime you think of me, I want you to understand that I am a major stakeholder, if not recognized in this country, but for the fact that for the well-being of your belly, I feed you. I've come to understand the power that I carry, so I keep on producing. I am a man of dignity, and I demand that we are carried with such respect as we carry ourselves. So without mixing words, I will say that I am a farmer and I have self-love. Thank you.
Thank you very much. That was awesome. Wow. It's now I'm looking at the reason why I should have paid attention to poem when I was in school. Well, you created that yourself. Oh, that's good. Are you a farmer? Okay, a farmer in process. They're processing you. You're not yet a finished product. Oh, that's good. Talented farmer. So on the farm, you'll be doing spoken words. I imagine you speaking to the cassava, speaking to the yam. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm very sure that we are having a good time. I'd like to recognize the presence of the reporter, agribusiness reporter from Business Day. Please, are you around from Business Day? Thank you very much for making it down. Please, a round of applause for her. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, we're moving on straight to business. I told you we're not going to be beating around the bush today. We're going straight to business. The reason why we are here, it's not our wish to keep you much more than expected. Please, moving on with the program, going to the press briefing. Please, a round of applause for Mr. Akin Alabi as he does that. Please, a round of applause for Mr. Akin Alabi, please.
Thank you very much, MC. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you very much, the distinguished partners from Kebbi State, Lagos State. Thank you very much from IITA. Thank you very much from Lagos Commodity and Future Exchange, and everybody that is here from Sterling Bank and also from the Danish Consulate. Thank you very much for joining us for this press briefing. To start with, officially, we actually will be launching 3 major products and services today. And the reason why we're actually doing this is to close the gap that have existed within the agri ecosystem for a long time. And these 3 major products that we have created or developed with our partners is done to also revolutionize agriculture in Nigeria and also in Africa, bringing everybody as part of the players across the entire ecosystem. And that is why we had to invite international partners like IITA, and also the Danish Consulate, and also from Nourish Africa, and also the bank partners who are here today, and also the media to join us for this unveiling and press briefing. And most importantly, our partners from the state, Kebbi State, who has remained very with us from the day we started this project, and also our beloved partner from Lagos State, who has remained committed and also who has supported development of agriculture, not only in Lagos State, and also with other neighboring states across Nigeria. So to start up this press briefing, I'm just going to read in a summary what exactly we're launching, what exactly we're unveiling to the world today. To start with, we're actually launching the first product, which is the Agricultural E-Learning Academy. And the reason why we had to launch the academy or develop the academy was because last year when COVID struck the entire universe, we observed that everybody tends to go the way digital, both our lessons, both the institutions, both our meetings. So we sat down on our own side at our office and we said, is high time we begin to look towards closing some gaps across agricultural education. How best can we begin to change the narrative? Because we observed then that virtually the schools were shut down for almost a year, and that affected the entire growth of the nation. So we sat down, we said, look, we need to create something unique that would speak to everybody across the agricultural ecosystem, and also that will speak to states in creating specific hubs for states, so that even as they are learning across the states, they can come to our portal and also be a part of the entire ecosystem. So just to glance through, in collaboration with Lagos State and Kebbi State and Chartered Institute of Stockbrokers, that is the CIS, we detailed course and certification on 5 major agricultural value chain with certification on agricultural aggregators, that is from CIS. The academic is 100% digital, with tutors that will take students on different agricultural practices, examination, and also be awarded certification. The academy is a complete agricultural training and learning hub for Lagos State value chain and also for Kebbi State on its several agricultural practices. Kebbi today is known for rice. As we unveil, you will see what we have done, the work we have done with Kebbi State in different steps of rice production. Also, this is also done to also educate Nigerians in diaspora who want to learn about agriculture, who has the enthusiasm to invest in agriculture. The question is there any hope or is there any portal that I can link onto to gain more knowledge on? That is what we have provided the world today, and that is why we've provided the e-learning academy. Also, we have tried as much as possible in our own capacity to ensure that we've built a world standard portal that will fit into likes of the FAO, the IITA, AFDB, and AGRA, so that even as we collaborate with international partners, we can say, yes, we have created something that is unique, and also that world organization can also affiliate and collaborate with. With our digital platform, we believe that even when COVID struck again, or there's another point of shutdown in the economy, definitely education would not be affected. So that is the reason why we had to create this e-learning portal, to close the gap and also to help us broaden the mind knowledge on education across the entire agricultural ecosystem. Then the second product we'll be unveiling is a product that is very dear to the hearts of the Honorable Commissioner of Lagos State, which is Madam Abisola Olusoya. It's a collaborative project we've worked together with Lagos State government since last year, because we identify that the children are also a major part of the entire ecosystem. Now, it happened very funny, and it happened just like an event that unfolded, amongst most of us. There was a day we actually met a couple of children, and we asked them simple questions, that where does a chicken actually comes from? And the feedback we got was that the chicken comes from the fridge. Some will say that where does a vegetable comes from? And the feedback we get is that it comes from the market. Then we know there was a problem, because it's high time we begin to let our children know where their food comes from, and that's why we have to catch them young, which is an important ingredient, why we created the Eco School Agric. Now, if you look at these plaques here, you will see the comic book we have created collaboratively with Lagos State government to sit down and develop a complete storyline on what Eco School Agric is all about. And Eco School Agric is about educating our children, both children and teenagers, and those who also love comics on agriculture, on different value chain. So we're going to pilot this project, by the grace of God, very soon with Lagos State government, across several schools in Lagos State, so they'll be having copies of the Eco School Agric. And this project definitely is going to shed more light on what agriculture is, what Lagos State government is doing in agriculture, and how best partners from banks, partners across international countries can also partner with this project, so that we can close that gap and make our children a part of the entire ecosystem. Though they're still going to be very well unveiling about the project to you, and you can see that in our project we use the face of the executive governor, which is number 1 citizen of Lagos State, and also his wife, and also the face of the second citizen, that is the deputy governor, Baba Femi Amzat, and also the wife. And that was the level of partnership we have with Lagos State Ministry of Agriculture to create that brief and also have this comic released to our school so that our children can begin to learn agriculture and catch them young. And the last project, which we're going to be unveiling also, is what we call the Farm Support Service. Now, because corporate farmers started way back building the extension service sector, right from the days of our blog sports, from the days of our social media handles and the likes. And we know that today, we believe that we are one of the strongest media platforms today we have in the agric space, even with the launching of our Agric Weekend platform. And we believe that the extension service is a major part that we should not neglect. And we believe that we need to support extension offices and also create jobs across that extension ecosystem. So what we have done in corporate farmers is we sat down, we now say, okay, how can we begin to bridge that gap that exists between the farmers and also information knowledge? Because we observe that most farmers don't make a lot of mistakes because of their ability to get enough information to help them. So we have set up a unique line that also be unveiled to you, and that is our extension line, that anywhere you are in Nigeria, you can hit that line up, call that line, and our agents will definitely reach out to you and guide you, even if it's agricultural investment you would need, guide you properly which one you should invest in, which one you should not invest in, because that has also been a major challenge today in the agri sector. Investments, the right investment in agriculture. So we are creating that part of the business in ensuring that we create information across the farmers so they could learn and also gain knowledge on which area you need to invest your money on, and also have proper agricultural practices so that you don't miss it, and so that you can have good returns at the point of harvest. And most importantly, the Farm Support Services will also be creating jobs where they will be having what we call the freelance extension agents. So even as graduates, from institutions, you can also plug in and be part of the freelance extension agent, you call it the FEA. So the platform is quoted that as an agent, you can work with us anywhere you are in Nigeria. So far you're registered on that portal, and automatically you become an agent of Corporate Farmers Extension Services, and we can help those around the community with proper information regarding any agricultural practices, investments, or any other value chain you need in agriculture. So these are the major products we'll be launching today, and these are the projects that we have discovered that we can use to at least close the gap and further help our country, Nigeria, to increase investments in agriculture, provide more detailed knowledge, and also help our rural farmers and also our urban farmers to do more, to harvest more, and to produce more, and most importantly, for investors, either in Nigeria or in diaspora. So therefore, we want to thank all our partners that have been with us from day one to see that we have this unveiling come to a fruitful day. We've been planning this for a very long time now, so we thank everyone that is here for taking your time on a Friday to be part of us for this unveiling. I too say thank you all the way from Ibadan. We really want to appreciate you, Carter Lopez, and everyone that is here to support us and also be part of this major project. So we're going to the unveiling now, and you will see more of what we've done on the project. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. We'll be moving to the unveiling now. We see more of the project, just like he said. But I like the comic. It's nice. Mr. Governor is now a comic character. Also, please don't tell him more. He's a superhero. You guys should have given him a cape, and make him look like a Superman. Alright, moving straight to the unveiling of the e-learning platform, the Eco-Agric and the Farm Extension Service. Please a round of applause as I welcome Mr. Kialabi and Joy Labaran. Please a round of applause.
Thank you very much. So I'll be doing the unveiling so that you will just see, but I have to stand up because I'll be pointing out to the screen to guide us properly on what we've done with our partners and also what we've done at corporate farmers. So, so everybody can see. I don't know if I could stay here so that I don't block people. Am I good here? Can you see, sir? Okay, thank you very much. So, okay, first of all, let's go to the portal where you can actually have the e-learning portal. So this is the portal we have designed for the e-learning academy. So when you click on learn.corporatefarmers.tv, you get to this home page. You know, those are the beautiful models that we've used, and also some graphics that we've used to make it more interesting and fascinating for both local and international partners. You can see Lagos State logo is there. We also have Kebbi State's logo. We have our partners from CIS and also from Kebbi State that is there. Those are our partners for now. So we are still very open for other collaborators and partners that are interested in plugging into the Agric e-learning portal. So I'll just scroll up a little bit. So you will see the welcome video while the e-learning portal. That's the same video we saw the other time. The lady will introduce us into the e-learning portal so you could see what the e-learning is all about and how you could get knowledge and what you need to do and all that. So scroll up a little bit. So this is just like the online, the learn online. So this is like if you started learning, it gives a summary of what you've been doing so far. So scroll up a little bit so you can see our partners there. So we still need some other partners to work with us to ensure that we have a well portal. But the great thing about this portal is that it's a complete hub for both corporate bodies and also for state government. So if you're a state government, you want to also plug in what you do in terms of trainings, education and everything, we have the space for you over there. So let's go to our partners so we can see what the courses are all about. Now, as a student, the first thing you need to do is to sign up. That's the first level. You need to sign up into the portal. So when you sign up, you get an automatic login instruction. So it enables you to access everything on the portal. That's the first level. It gives you the access to access everything on the portal. But because of course already accessing, that's why we're able to navigate ourselves around the entire portal. So first of all, for us, what we've developed is this. If you click on corporate farmers, so I click on our own educational portal. So for us, we've been able to develop a comprehensive 3 modules. One on agribusiness and finance, the other on agricultural sciences, then the third one is agricultural extension. There is actually 5. The 2 are yet to be totally approved, which you just got approved this morning. So by Monday, when you log in, you'll see it there. 5 major modules is what we've developed from corporate farmers. But for now, we have 3 on the portal because we're still ensuring that our content are all international and also they encompass the entire agric ecosystem. So when you click on agric finance, let's start from there. Now, what you see basically is also an introductory video into what agric finance is all about. So let's play the video of the lady so that we'll see what the lady is saying about agric finance and what your expectations on agric finance. This is speak more to Sterling Bank or financial agents.
Hello and welcome to this course specially packaged and prepared for you. This course is brought to you by Corporate Farmers International and it is titled Agribusiness and Finance. Whether you are a student, an entrepreneur, a business person, farm operator, or maybe just someone who may be interested in the agricultural sector, this course is just what you need. By the end of this course, you will be well equipped with basic essential skills and knowledge that will help you in your journey in the agricultural world. This course would last for 6 to 8 weeks, but guess what? You can study at your own pace and even in your comfort zone and freedom zone. And yes, this course contains
to generate surplus for export and also finally to increase Nigerians' foreign exchange and foreign earnings as well as diversify its revenue base.
At the national level, this scheme operates through a Central Implementation Committee, the CIC, while at the Federal Capital Territory, the state levels, the scheme operates through the State Implementation Committee, known as the SICs. And this was instituted to ensure that the expectations and objectives of the scheme is realized without hindrance. Another important scheme established is the Commercial Agricultural Credit Scheme,
Thank you.
CACS.
Thank you very much, Okpa. So what you've seen there is basically an introductory video into... So what you've seen there... Apologies, please. Is it working now? Check. Alright, let me continue. So what you've seen there is basically the introductory video into the agri-finance course. So by your right-hand side, you see the listed out model. So can you click the agri-finance model? Yeah. No, the next one. Yeah, that's, so you see the entire lessons on agri-finance that we've done. The unique thing is that each of those lessons has its own video. That's all we've done. But so each lesson you see there, there's always a video and also a downloadable content, or call the entire content of what each of these lessons is all about. So it's quite impressive that you have both the video and also you have the lesson. So whichever one that suits you, you can actually go for it. It's as simple as that, because you also observe that people are more inclined to visuals these days than also reading. So it's just to guide you through each of those lessons as you go on the courses. So let's go to the next module for finance. Yeah. So you can also see the next module for finance is as listed. These are the lessons you have there. So at the end of each lesson, there's always an examination you write, or a small exam you need to write, and somebody is always online that will also guide you through, can give comments and also mark as you proceed. So let's go to the next module for agri-finance again. That's it. Yeah, so that's the last one. So there's always a quiz at the end of the day. But the unique thing is that each of those lessons has its own video and also its content. So even as a student, you can also watch, and if you're tired, you can also come back again and play. So let's go to the next value chain. Please, let's go back a little bit. So let's go to agric. Okay, let's touch agric science. Same thing goes for agric science. So this is also one of our instructors. So let's play that other one. Click that.
Welcome to the
Over years, many have mistaken agriculture to mean farming. What has been your own opinion? Agriculture entails more than only farming, as you will likely discover as you read on. Agriculture is derived from a combination of two Latin words, ager, meaning field, and cultura, meaning cultivation. These words, when integrated, mean the suitable cultivation of land for the production of crops and animal, which are beneficial to man. Today, agriculture is broadly defined as a science and art of cultivation of the soil and raising of livestock for the purpose of producing food for man, feed for animals, and raw materials to sustain the growing industry.
Next one is the extension service. So yeah, so when you click on that, so that is what you see. So each of, all right, so that's the agric extension. So each of those wants to have its own. So click the video for agric extension. Let's see what the instructor has to say.
Hello there, and welcome to this special course specially prepared for you. This course is titled Agricultural Extension. Well, basically, agriculture for you. This course is titled agricultural extension? Well, basically, agricultural extension is the field of extension that now encompasses a wider range of communication and learning activities organized by rural people, also by educators from different disciplines, including agriculture, agricultural marketing, health, and business studies. This course in particular would help to open your mind to possibilities beyond agriculture and would also help you tap into the endless potentials and possibilities of the agricultural world. This course is brought to you by Corporate Farmers International and will run for 6 to 8 weeks. But guess what? You can learn at your own pace. This course comprises of 4 modules and over 40 lectures. In this course, you will have several practice questions at the end of each module to test your understanding of each module. I am your instructor, Happiness Godwin, and it will be my utmost pleasure to take you through this course. I can tell you that with a little discipline and a sense of routine, before you know it, you would have completed this course. In order to get the most of this course, my best advice I can give to you is, 1, you've got a price to pay, and you've got to pay in full, not halfway. So please pay attention along the way and in every single module. And don't forget to stay focused. 2, maximize all available resources such as notes and other downloadable resources provided to you. 3, make sure that you attempt every practice question at the end of each module. 4, follow through on every module all the way. Trust me, you can do this, and I am here to make sure that you have a smooth journey all through this course. So make sure you finish this course up and don't stop halfway. Remember, winners get to the end of the line. I am your instructor, so please give me every opportunity to help you have a successful journey within the framework of this course. Are you ready? I am so excited to have you. So let's move on to class quickly. I'll see you in module 1.
Portal looks like. So Opera, now switch back to the partners so you can see what we've also done for Lagos State and also for Kebbi State. And I told you we've created a complete hub for Lagos State, meaning that meaning that what we're doing with Lagos State government, Lagos State Ministry of Agriculture, is to bring a complete hub into every educational center Lagos State is doing in terms of the Lagos Agricultural Development, Agriculture Institute that is in Araga, that is Ekpere, and also the Laskoda. And the idea is this, because Lagos State is strategic in terms of building a roadmap for good next 5 years, and we've seen that there is need for much knowledge, both for the investors and also for the youth, and also for those who want to play across Lagos State's agricultural value chain. So what we've done so far with Lagos State, we are still building the entire portal. So what we've done is click on that one. So that one, because Lagos is quite big. So what we've done with this for now is that we've built in content regarding fish farming. So when you click on that, click that.
These farmers, although they've been doing it, but the issue has always been, are they doing it right? And in the fish industry, the moment you are not doing it right, you're not going to get the desired results. So it's an opportunity for us to retrain these farmers. Some of those that have been trained will go back to their colleagues and tell them the modern techniques on how to go about it.
One-stop portal that can actually kick in and get that knowledge you want across the educates you to the fullest. So let's go to Kebbi State. Kebbi State. I'm sure you all know Kebbi State is the home center for rice production. So what we've done is also quite unique for Kebbi State. Now, because we're starting and focusing first on rice production and also rice processing, what we've done is to create massive content that will take us from rice production, the step-by-step process of rice production, what you need to do, what are the steps you need to go to plant your rice. Then also in terms of processing this, those levels is what we've also done. So let's play that short video, interactive video on Kebbi State.
Alright, so guys, this place is big. We are in Dunduru, right?
Yeah, this is in
Dunduru area.
Yeah.
This place is so big. How did you find out about this place?
Well, this is our heritage, you understand?
Okay.
Our grandparents was there, and we met our grandfathers there, and our fathers are here. Now it is us taking care of the farms. As you can see, we have about 16 acres of land down to, if you can see, somewhere around there where you see pumping.
I must say Nigeria is blessed. This is a huge one.
Yeah,
so do you have workers that join you here every day for the work?
Yes.
And they are all youths?
Yeah, like the people you're seeing walking around checking in the condition of the rice. Then they will have to check every amount before they leave today. Yeah, they are our assistants actually. We employ them. Mm-hmm. Monthly we are giving them salaries.
Oh wow.
Yeah, just to take care of the irrigation and the rice itself. The condition everywhere they will check every day. So that's their usual responsibilities.
So now this is a rice farm, right?
Yeah,
so how long has this been? And when do you intend to harvest this?
Well, this one is 1 month old.
Okay.
Yeah, and behind you is 2 months old rice. To be honest, that's why that one is actually
okay.
longer than this one. But from the transplant, we used to transplant during the raining or dry season farming. Okay. We used to transplant all these these things you are seeing. Mm-hmm. You understand? Mm-hmm. We find a place where we plant it, and after a month we transplant it down whatever you're seeing here. Yeah. It has been transplanted.
The production part of rice, how you can start.
Yeah, like the people you are seeing walking around, checking in the condition. That's the standard we are going to.
So you calculate?
Yeah,
there's calculation in agriculture.
Yes. So in 100 days, whatever we are going to achieve in this, actually we are going to get agriculture.
Amazing. So this is rice. So guys, the rice you eat, look at it. Oh, this is where it comes from. Now, if you want to harvest this rice, how do you go about it?
Yeah, there are a lot of people that will be engaged.
Okay.
When the time comes, you see a lot of old women, understand.
There's a face there. We then get it together
and behind is
to collect that content.
There are a lot of processes that it has to go through before we separate it from the grass. The rice itself is going to come out. That is at the third month. That's the 30.
So this is going to wait for like an extra 2 months.
Yeah. We'll spend another 2 months now before we get to the level that
Really, you can also read the content. So whichever one that you love to, place together for each of the production
youth are very, very interested in agriculture. Even though the country itself has not provided much jobs, you understand, to youth, but being that this is what we receive from our grandparents, we can utilize it, and people are getting much interest in it.
That is that for the complete hub. So for us, the idea is to ensure that we are able to provide a more digital platform that would help Lagos State and also that would help our country, Nigeria, grow the value chain. So I want to thank everybody that takes the time to listen to us on this, and also we'll be glad to answer any questions from the press on how best we need to move further as we also seek partnership across board in ensuring that we have a successful as we roll out this product to the world today. Thank you very much. So let's go on to the next product launch for the unveiling. So the MC, over to you.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, please can we put our hands together for Mr. Akinlabi, please. That was a wonderful presentation. All right, moving as fast as possible to the next product launch. Please join me as I welcome Ms. Joy as she comes to launch the Eco School Agric. Please, a round of applause for Ms. Joy, please.
Thank you very much. Alice Waters once said, teaching children how to feed themselves and how to live in a community responsibly is the center of education. You know, in recent times, education has been a prominent topic. That is because it's a world-grown concern that the younger generation has become reluctant to agriculture. It means that there is need for us to teach our kids and teenagers that they are key players in the ecosystem. Now, according to the Sustainable Development Goals number 4, which is quality education, we want to teach our children that agriculture plays a significant role in human civilization, economic development, and to teach them where their food comes from. So with our partnership with the Lagos State Ministry of Agriculture, we want to present to you the Eco School Agric. Don't worry, we don't have any presentation because this is handy. You're seeing it here. So we want to present to you the Eco School Agric. Now this is a comic book with characters who are the first citizens of Lagos State. We have the Executive Governor, Mr. Babajide Sanwo-Olu, and his wife, and the Deputy Governor, Mr. Hamzat Obafemi, and his wife, and the child here is a symbol of Lagos State teenagers, school children. Now, to launch the first section of the Eco School Agric, we are starting with the rice value chain, and we are also calling member states who are producers of rice. So this book is funny. When you see the content of this book, is comic, as it says, and is highly educative for our teens and children. Now, what is our vision? Our vision is to make this a national project. So, Eco School Agric is open for sponsorship and partnership amongst corporate bodies, amongst manufacturing companies, and member states are not let out. States can represent this in their state. So imagine if all secondary and primary schools have this for all students in all the schools in Nigeria. It means that we will be catching them young. Thereby, we will be fulfilling the saying that children are the leaders of tomorrow. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you very much, Ms. Joy. All right, ladies and gentlemen, and for the last product for today, please join me as I welcome Mr. Akinlabi one more time for Farm Extension Service.
Okay, for the farm extension, is still the same thing I've mentioned when I was on the press briefing. As I said, the essence of the farm extension service is to ensure that we create jobs, using extension service agents across the value chain, and also to ensure that we are able to provide adequate information to farmers anywhere in the country regarding agriculture and its business. Because we observe that most farmers today fail because of inadequate information and knowledge that is quite required. And what we've done is to close the gap by providing 6 major mobile contacts, which we're also going to be releasing to the press, that anybody can actually ring and call. So once you call those numbers will provide you an access to our agent. You speak to our agent, and then we'll be able to guide you through any
Please, a round of applause for him. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's go straight to gentlemen of the press. Am I right? I think I still remember that one from the mass comm I studied. And I finished with the first class though. All right, we'll be taking questions. But while we're compiling our questions, before we take the questions, I'd like to move on and welcome our partners from the Kebbi State Government. Please, a round of applause for Mr. Toko Mohammed as he gives us messages from the partners. Please, a round of applause for him. A round of applause for him, please.
Hello. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Kebbi State is here represented by me. The invitation to me came very late, but still I would like to thank the Corporate Farmers International for creating this e-learning, because this COVID-19 make it necessary that people are not allowed to gather in a crowd. Kebbi State, it has a vast land, not only for rice farming. There is so many products in Kebbi that be farmed. We have onion, tomato, and so many things. So we like this CFI to be partnering with Kebbi State in order to boost our agricultural development in the state and the entire country. We hope the CFI will create their classes for the e-learning academy in Kebbi State the way they create it here in Lagos. Not only the classes, when we are to introduce it, the Kebbi State is always ready to assist you in order to get the youth and the old one for this e-learning, because we have many youths that are graduates. They are there looking for a color job, which is no longer there. So we need to be in the farm, because the wealth in the farm is only that every graduate is waiting for a color job. When we produce 100 bags of rice, you get what a color job cannot give you. Because now the bag of rice in Kebbi State before processing it will be sold almost 15,000 per bag. So when you produce 100 bags, we calculate it, within 3 months, you will get it. You will get there within 3 months. Within 3 months, maybe you get 1.5 million. So tell me which organization will give you the salary of 500,000 every month? At which level? Maybe you will spend 10 to 12 years before you reach the level that you will get 500,000 per month. So within that 12 months, you can be able to have at least 10 million of your own. So this CFI Kebbi State is always with you. We really appreciate this your e-learning, and we will be with you always. Well done. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you very much, sir. It's a big thing when you have Kebbi behind you. You know, one of the things we really don't usually know when you grew up in Lagos is how blessed the North is with land. Am I right, sir? I remember when I traveled to, I was doing my service here. I served in Jos, you know. That was I'm foreign, you know. I faced cold. I faced cold in Jos. I faced cold. And the land mass I saw in the North, I was like, what? That place is massive. It's massive, and it's nice that we have Kebbi with us. So after we do the e-learning, we can go and do practicals. We go and do practicals in the North, in Kebbi. All right, I'm very sure we're ready with our questions. A mic will be passed around. So if you have a question, just with a show of hands, just let us know, and then we'll give you the floor to ask your question. So gentlemen of the press, over to you. All right. Who has the mic for me, please? Who is passing the mic?
Okay. Good morning, everybody. My name is Ito, and I write for the News Agency of Nigeria. My question is, what is the financial commitment for people trying to register for these courses? Is it are the courses quite affordable or is it free?
Okay. Question 1 noted. Are the courses free or what's the cost?
Thank you so much for that question. And when you enter the portal, you will see that CFI owner has money there, you know, a tag money, because at the end of this at the end of the program, you are going to have what we call a certificate. So certificate is going to be given to you, and it's part of a way of linking most of the participants also to job. And because we have a project we are running called Nigeria Youth Connect to Work. So these are the part of things that you get there. But our two partners, it depends on their own, because majority what Lagos State is doing in Araga right now is free, and we are part of the people that we are training them through digital agriculture there and everything. I think every month they are training nothing less than 300 students free. And and the rest. So the state government, like Kebbi and everything, it depends on, because this platform is massive. It's not for just only one state. Financial institution you can have your own portal there. It's number 1 in Africa right now, and I'm telling you that look, it's going to be a very good platform for any partners to be part of what we are really doing here. But the one for corporate farmers has a price tag on it. Thank you.
Okay, my name is Toba Sabaseko from ProShare Web TV. I want to commend the CFI for these three innovative platforms. My question is for the Farm Support Service. I was asking if you're in partnership with the Federal Ministry of Agriculture, because the former minister, Chiba Dogbe, and the current minister, Alhaji Sabo Nano, raised the challenge they've had over the years, the lag in extension services. And this could be a good opportunity for them to partner with what you're doing and boost extension services across the country. Because even right in the 70s to the 80s, lecturers in institutions like Zaria and even federal universities were really at the forefront of driving this process. So I'm asking if there are efforts to partner with the Federal Ministry of Agriculture in the Farm Support Service platform, which will help boost what they've been describing as a challenge, improving extension services that translates to effective farm techniques, production activities in the country.
Thank you so much. This is one of the gaps that we are trying to, to fill in order to make sure that because, like what I, said before, that information dissemination is very, very important. And when it talks about Greek extension services, is one of the biggest that we need to know and you need to develop. But through the project that we had with Mastercard Foundation, in order to train not less than 45,000 youth right now, we have them across all the federation. That's why we say we are talking about a freelance agric extension services and to provide job for all these people. When you talk about Kebbi, you talk about Jigawa, Kazari, name them. We have people in all the 36 states, including Abuja, across. So with the federal government, that's why we need their support also. And I think my partner visited the PAMSEC, in the Federal Ministry of Agriculture when he talks about when he published his digital agriculture, and they talk at length in this area because this is part of the strength that we have right now to use and provide jobs as agric extension services to these 45,000 aggregators everywhere. We already developed things that will make things work in Nigeria, and I think that agric extension service is one of the major key that we are really working on. Thank you. Anyone?
Good afternoon. My name is Josephine and I write for Business Day. My question specifically is for the e-learning academy. What are your plans to ensure that your students or participants of this particular program gain practical experience? Because I believe learning is one thing and doing it practical, it's another thing. But you've not mentioned anything in that regard. So I just wanted to talk more about this.
Okay, thank you very much. Now, what we've done is this, because agric serves in both ways, both theoretical and both in the practice. Now, what we've done at Corporate Farmers is to partner with different farms across specific areas in the country based on the value chain. Now, if you look closely at the value chain represented, it wasn't by product. It was basically on the value chain. That's why you see agricultural sciences, agricultural extension, agribusiness. Now, the practical aspects of the entire work is back to Lagos State. So we've partnered with Lagos State in terms of one of their hubs in Epe and also in Badagry. And also we have farms in Kwara and Kogi states. So any production angle you want to work at all, we have these farms anywhere, across both Lagos and other part of the country that we plug in our students to. So as you learn, in the theory aspect, there's always room to practicalize the entire thing. Now the reason why we did this also to serve for Nigerians in diaspora that want to learn on our practice of agriculture in the country. That's critical. Most of them do see agriculture in Nigeria as being done in the old version. Not know that there are new ways agric is being done these days. So what we've done with the e-learning academy is to first of all gain that knowledge, which is the number one priority for us. Gain that knowledge before we now begin to practice that, on the field to make you a champion in any production value chain you want to venture into. Does that answer your question? Okay. Any other question, please?
My name is Benga Kifemara for the Guardian newspaper.
All right, thank you, Benga.
Yeah. My question is also on the e-learning academy.
Okay.
Yeah, getting certificates in Nigeria, it's one thing, and funding is another thing. Are there plans by CFI, SFI to in kind of support to other graduates?
Okay, thank you very much, Benga. Now, if you see here closely, we have Sterling Bank representative that is here. First Bank is supposed to be here, but I just sent me a text that he's stuck in Shagamu, for a farm inspection. Now, you see, agriculture today, there's no way you can go about it. You need to plug in innovative financing, and that's critical. And that's why we're working with Sterling Bank and also First Bank, this initiative. Before we launched at all, we've talked to Sterling Bank and First Bank on how they're going to play. So in terms of funding, yes. Definitely yes. So once our students are done in a particular value chain which they've shown interest and the production angle they want to start with, it's easier for us to now approach our partner bank and say, okay, we have this number of youths that are properly trained and also well-knowledged on the value chain, and they want to start, or they've started. Now they'll need funding to go ahead. So it's easier for us to talk to our partner bank like Sterling Bank and First Bank to now say, okay, now these are the number of youths that have gone through our academy. It's time to get funding. So there's always open funding from Sterling Bank. For example, they have the swim, which is just launched for youth and also for women in agriculture. These are areas we can also plug into and support our students and also our youth who are interested in agriculture. So that's what we've done. We are still open to other banks' collaboration or financial institutions that will also be partnered with us. We are open for that, so that we can have a broader ecosystem in terms of financing and also in terms of innovative financing. So it doesn't stop there. It's financially inclusive for players or for financial institutions that want to be part of the whole revolution of digital learning.
All right, thank you very much. Do we have any other question?
Another question, please.
All right.
So, hi, my name's Kathy. I'm from the International Institute of Tropical Agriculture. I'm here with my colleague, Zaina, who's head of the Capacity Development Office. Anyway, we'd like to congratulate CFI and the partners, KB State, Lagos State, for this launch of innovative tools that would help digitalize agriculture and ensure the transformation of agriculture in Nigeria. So my question is, how would you accredit the these freelance extension agents, the youth, because they're coming in, maybe some of them don't have an agricultural background. Do they go through some kind of certification so that in the end, yes, they're accredited as
okay, thank you very much, Kat. I know that is basically your area in terms of communication extension and all that. Now, first of all, there are two layers to the entire thing. First of all is to identify youth. First of all is to identify freelance youths who are interested. That's the first level. Now, we have designed a specific form which is going to be released online by Monday. So even as a student of OAU, and you've studied agriculture and extension, and you feel that when you go out there, you have to struggle to get a job, all you've done is to create a job portal for you. Now, anywhere you are in the world, you plug in and become CFI freelance extension agents. That's number one. Now, how do you now get credited in terms of how do you get credit for your work? Now, it's easier. Now, regardless of any extension, extension in terms of communication involves, information also involves. Now, how do you get credit for it? Now, if you are in Uyo, for example, and you've plugged into our portal, and you know that there is a job in Uyo that you've seen, or an investor in Uyo you've seen, it's easier for you to communicate to the HQ, which is us directly. So we can also send our people down to Uyo to now commence whatever agri business you want to set up on that Uyo. Then from that, the agent gets his own commission, and that is it. Or if it's communication, you are writing fantastic articles about agriculture, or you have fantastic communication tool, where you have beautiful images on agriculture that you feel that are of essence. What we need to do is just to gather those materials together. Now we will look at it and also plug those articles to our website, to our blogs, or feature on our Agric Weekend media platform, so that those who are interested in your work can also come on board, and also you can showcase your work to them. Now, we have tons of them like that today in Nigeria, because we've gone across campuses, and we've seen that there are several youth who are doing a lot of things today, but yet to be showcased, or but yet to be really identified. So we've created that platform to encourage them that, look, regardless of the department you are in agriculture, either extension, extension, science, or what have you, Corporate Farmers is here to close the gap within the agric ecosystem. And that is what we've done. As I said, it's not going to be as rosy as it is, but it's a tax we have put upon ourselves to keep evolving and keep innovating on how we could support the government to reduce unemployment via agriculture, create more jobs via agriculture, and also help partners help partners to identify areas they can invest to in the agricultural ecosystem. So that is one of the major work of the Extension Service. So any youth at all that you feel that you have a fantastic article or you have fantastic materials on agriculture can be part of the Extension agents, and definitely they'll get credited for any of the work, e.g. as an investment or as a communication material.
All right, thank you.
All right, thank you very much, and congratulations again for the launch of these amazing products this morning. I just have quick questions, actually, quite a few, because what you've mentioned was just so interesting to me. So the first one is, do farmers pay for your service, your support service? That's one. How do you screen your agents, and how do you ensure quality control of what information is disseminated through your freelance agents? That's for the CFI Farm Support Service. Now, for the e-learning, I'm really curious to know how long it took you to produce this, because it takes a lot. That's a lot that gets put into e-learning platforms. Sometimes people think you just post a video, but that's not how it happens. So I'm really curious to know the process. Was it all internally designed, or did you did you get support externally as well from the technical side and also the content creation? So that's one. And also, how would you ensure when you do partnerships with institutions on paid courses, how do you go about the agreement in terms of maybe profit sharing or in intellectual property of whatever material is put out there? So those are the questions that I have.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Let me first of all, Andrew, talk to the e-learning. Now, what we've done with the e-learning is that for our own content, we actually worked with top-notch professionals to build our content together. So it took us we've been on it since last year, August 2020. That was sometimes when the lockdown was released. So we commenced the project immediately after that. That was August. We started working, consulting with partners, in developing content for the e-learning portal. So it wasn't the content we had to go and develop ourselves. We had to consult professionals in each of those value chain. That's number one. Then two, we had to engage technical partners in building a complete hub for that portal. So meaning that the hub, a hub is built, a very large hub was built that can accommodate several courses, both in terms of visuals and both in terms of content. That's something we've done. So we actually had to ensure that was by engaging technical partners, to do that for us. And that took us a couple of months, working through the SLAs and also the agreements and ensure that we have a concrete product that you can see. Then on the e-learning again, one of the things we've also done is to collaborate with states, because we see that states have so much potentials in them, but the question is, how best does the citizens know about those information? No, you can release information, but there's several things states are doing today which definitely those in diaspora can learn from. And that is why we're working with states like Lagos for now, states like Lagos and Kebbi State, to serve as a complete knowledge hub for them, because they have several things, the trainings they're doing regularly. So what we're doing is, from our own part, we have the media team, and Lagos State or other state partners gives us the content, that we need. So we're not writing content for states. States give us the content, and we go there to develop the content, for the state, so that we could put on the complete hub for the state. So that is how we've been able to navigate through that, and that is what we've been able to build through the e-learning portal we've seen today. So most of those videos you've seen there were actually developed in our office, and most of this content was screened and ensure that it actually matches agriculture in the 21st century. That is what we've done. Now, on the does that answer the question well? Okay, good. Now, on the extension agent, just to be clear of what you were saying, can you please repeat it? MC, can you give her the phone so I just understand exactly what she's trying to say, so I'll be able to hit the nail on the head.
Okay, so are the services paid? Do the farmers pay for the services they're getting? That's one. How do you screen your agent, your freelance agent, and make sure that you do quality control of the information?
Okay, good. First of all, as I said, the focus for the freelance agents are basically students of agric extension and campuses. That's why we've created that freelance, because we from our own analysis, and because we've gone around campuses across Nigeria, we understand a large number of agric extension students. And the question is, once they are done with school, where do you want to plug them in? So we've created that bit of a business to say, okay, fine, as you're done, you can begin to create something as a freelance extension agent. Though, as an extension agent, the question is, how do I now get paid? You get paid in accordance to what you've been able to provide. Now, extension could be in terms of information, materials, or in terms of, let me use the word, agric investment. As I said earlier, I said you could be anywhere in Nigeria today, and there's an opportunity that comes to you and say, okay, you want to, if a friend of yours, a family of yours, start up a farm, but you don't have the materials or the resources to start that. Now, as an agent, you can easily communicate to us. Then we will now send our own professionals down there to set up that farm for you, because they may not have what it takes to do that, but we have what it takes to do that. So we will now set that up for them. So with that, the agents get credited and get paid instantly.
So if I understand now, pretty much it's almost like a scouring for potential farmers or anything like that related to the areas where they are, and then they feed the information back into you, and then Now, do they also do a lot of advisory services for the people that are in their areas already?
Definitely.
So how do you ensure that obviously that information also remains obviously accurate based on innovative technologies and information, very current information that they disseminate.
Okay.
Is there a centralized system where maybe you touch base with them and then you see how the work is going on the ground? Those are just some of the things.
Thank you very much. I think when I came in, Page was mentioning that across the states today, we have partners across the state based on the project we just did in a couple of months back on Connect to Work. And these are professionals across several states. So it means that even if there's an identified agric job in a particular state, we have what we call aggregators or farm partners right in that state that could offer services to those extension agents firsthand, and we've been able to leverage on that, because we understand that agric today is more of a collaboration thing. You could set up a farm far Jigawa without even going there personally, but if you have a farmer that is there and is doing very well, it's easier for you to identify those farmers to new markets in Jigawa to set up, and help support the community in Jigawa. That is the angle we try to identify and play across, so that it will reduce the risk of traveling, from Lagos down to from Ibadan down to any other part of the country, but identify specific states and have local farmers you've partnered with or worked with, and it's easier to set up those freelance agents or freelance markets in those specific areas. So that is what we've actually identified, and we're trying to build around that across the entire ecosystem and create a market and also create jobs.
All right, thank you very much. Do we have any other question? All right, thank you.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, sir.
I'm Oladun Adi from Nourishing Africa, and it is a membership platform for agripreneurs around Africa. So I'd just like to know, great job by the way on what you're doing.
Thank you.
I'd like to know if it's in the roadmap for you, for your e-learning academy, to extend it probably to West Africa or Africa-wide. Thank you.
Thank you very much. As I once said in my presentation, I said the e-learning is extended to anywhere in the world. So anywhere in the world there's an opportunity for partnership, for collaborations in all levels. So it extends to that. Even the content that I said we've built up together here, it's a global content. So it doesn't only serve Nigerian audience alone, it serves other international partners, because these contents were carefully written by professionals that understand the value chain across board. So what we've done on our own angle is to ensure that these professionals are professionals in this value chain. Because when you don't get professionals in those value chains, it's going to be difficult for you to play or interact with international partners across the world. So we've sat down to look at each. As I said when I said, there are 2 other content that we're going to put in by Monday, which just got approval this morning, that we can now go ahead and upload this content on the portal to avoid any form of, but we are definitely setting up to ensure that those content fit into international standard across the world. All right. We also have students from AAU here. You just joined us, so it's also open to students too.
All right, a great job. I think I was able to look through the website.
Yeah.
And I think it makes sense.
Thank you for that.
But my question goes majorly because we understand that today in Nigeria we still have a lot of our farmers that are illiterate, a lot of them. So I don't know, are there plans to maybe translate some of these things in other languages?
Okay, thank you very much. What we've done again is to ensure that it's inclusive. Nobody's left behind. That's one thing we've done. Now, if you look closely at the portal, I was just reasoning why those angles were kind of skipped out. There's an angle that speaks to purely outside where the content there. Okay. So the content is both in English and also in other languages. All right. So it's not totally English. So anywhere you are, and it's also mobile friendly. Okay. It's very mobile friendly. So you can log in via phone and read and do it on the mobile phone. It doesn't have to be through laptop. You understand? So it's totally mobile friendly. So we've been able to replicate such things in other languages. So even if you don't understand English, you would definitely also be part of those who can actually gain knowledge from the portal.
All right. Just to add to that also, majorly in the extension service that you mentioned. So you mentioned that there are about 6 numbers that individuals can call. Are they free? Are they toll-free numbers that you can call, and or there are charges attached to that? Okay. And lastly, also I don't know. Are they also understand that for the rural farmers majorly? I'm more concerned about that. I don't know why. So beyond calls, are there also plans under the extension service side, maybe SMS and other things like that, just to ensure that they're being followed and we have a proper extension service mechanism for them?
Thank you very much, Femi. First of all, for now, those numbers are not free, but we are speaking arrangements with MTN Telco at the moment to see how we could properly make it toll-free, so that you could call, and also get engaged. But, SEC guidelines and all that are also procedures we need to go through. But for now, they're not toll-free. Yeah, it's a mobile number that is made available for calls. So, and again, you can also send SMS to those lines, So even as we see SMS, we definitely pick those SMS and act on it ASAP. We from our own end can also call, people back to also identify what the challenges are and provide solutions for them. So that's where we are. But because we could not wait for those processes to be finalized, we need to start something.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Any other questions?
All right. Thank you. My name is Sekunda Alwadamlari from HOEU, and I must give kudos for the great work done. So I have 2 questions, basically for the time support and the e-learning platform. All right, let me start with this. Basically, we know students are coming out of schools with different learning opportunities, and they are coming, for example, let me take the extension service work. And across Nigeria institutions, we have quite a number of extensionists graduating every year. So what's the sustainable plan for them? Why they're coming up? Because when, I can imagine if like 4,000 students sign up for these, the service stuff, get to learn, what's the sustaining power to keep them on check subsequently? Then on the other thing I want to say is, if students come on board for the agri-mentorship, what's the plan for them to develop agri-talent through the e-learning platform?
as a means of them getting better at what they do. And I want to believe that they can't just come out of school, learn on the platform, and just start practicing. So what's the mentorship guideline you guys have on mind? And is there any plan for teaming up? Because we know that we youth of today, we can't do it alone, like you said. There's a need for us to team up and get things done. So what's the plan for teaming up for participants respective to locations? Then lastly, for the agro-extension service criteria, I want to believe that you can't just finish the e-learning platform and just sign into the platform to be an extension officer and get work done. So what's the plan to just check on them and link them to people who have been on this platform for a longer years? Sure, thank you.
Thank you very much, Darius. Let me just break your questions down into two. First of all, I want to identify that the youth are very dear to our heart. So it means that everything we're doing today is for the future. Not only for today, but for the future. Now, it's easier for any youth at all to plug it into to both the e-learning platform and also to the extension service platform. Reason because you see the e-learning platform serves these purposes. Now, as I said earlier, that knowledge is very critical, and knowledge helps us to broaden our horizon, according to the value chain identified. Now, for students of OAU or students at all across all campuses that's going to sign up onto this, now the step says once you're done with the e-learning portal, automatically you get an access to funding opportunities with our bank partners. Now, to do that, it's also important that you learn the practical aspects of the whole thing. That's why I was mentioning earlier that we have farm partners like Lagos State, for example, based on the production value chain that you would love to be part of, any value chain, both in Lagos or anywhere at all in Nigeria. Is open. So anywhere at all in Nigeria, you identify the particular production value chain you want to get involved in. We identify those where you can actually get knowledge from, practical knowledge from, plug you into it directly. That's one. Then two, on the extension thing, in terms of doing our proper check, KYC and all that, those will be made available on the portal. But first of all, the first critical part is that those who are graduates of extension services are those who would look at for now, because that information is very critical. To get that knowledge is very critical, so that you can be able to pass that knowledge to those who do not understand or who will need more information regarding agric extension. Is the knowledge you have, you'll be able to pass across to those who do not have it at the moment. So that is how we're going to check through the entire processes for the extension for now, so that even as a graduate of agric extension, what you know, what you've learned, is easier for you to train or tell other farmers that may not have that knowledge about agric extension or any information regarding agriculture you would want to know about.
All right, thank you. Let me add something to that. Basically, I believe that rural farmers, as said by him, they want adequate information for the XME and the stuff they want to do about. And I want to believe that if a large number of students could come out of school and they start to graduate precisely on the extension services to rural farmers. Please, I want to ask this question basically for the graduate of extension services. Is there any platform for them to be checked? Okay, like maybe after you work, you give a recommendation of this person, the way he delivers the job, if it's well done and something. And is there a platform of you rectifying those who are not doing as expected? Because of the brand identity is very, very important and the product they give out.
Yeah, there is actually plans for that, and those are plans we're working with our agents for now. You see, everybody we're putting on board, have to be well checked and well screened. Those are critical things. So we do not ignore in our extension service part, because even as you go out to represent a brand, it's important that that brand is well protected. So anybody we are engaging are people that we know, people that we have worked with, people that we are certain about. So it's not that we are just working with anybody, but people that we have worked with across the 6 states of the country at the moment. And that gives us confidence that yes, there is so much knowledge to be shared, and there's still so much gap to be closed across the agricultural value chain. But as I said, it's a step-by-step process. It's a step-by-step process which we are building on and also learning from as we proceed.
All right, thank you.
Thank you very much. Okay, do you have the Kebbi video now? So we'd like to show you something we mentioned. It's a quick one before, so, yeah, before the next question, okay. So that will answer some things about the Kebbi. Okay, so when you go into the Kebbi portal, So basically, what just happened there is that we have both in English and Hausa language. You know, they said the voice of the something is a bit low. So it's in both languages. So in Kebbi State, basically everything you see is in both English language and also in Hausa language for local farmers who also want to be part of the e-learning portal. So I know the one thing that is only English alone, but also for those local farmers who does not understand English but also want to be part of the whole process. That is what we're just trying to show, but I think there's something that's a bit low and you may not be able to hear it properly. So, another question?
Yeah. Good afternoon, guys. My name is Udo. My question is about the e-learning platform.
Okay.
Speaking about students, opportunities, and job seeking.
Okay.
And your certificates. Or what value, or who recognizes your certificates when they are issued? Is it just corporate farmers, or which bodies do we know can back up your certificates?
Thank you very much. As I said earlier, we have partnered with the Chartered Institute of Stockbrokers on this e-learning. And because CIS currently is working on agricultural commodities, meaning that they are building the entire ecosystem for agricultural commodities. And agricultural commodity means that as a player in the value chain, you can tender that certificate as an aggregator or as any player at the ecosystem and made it valid to work on any agri-business ventures or enterprise, or even get employed within the agri-sector, because CIS is recognized by law as one of the bodies that can sign up on agri-commodities. So that is why we are also working with CIS. You can see the logo there in the middle, CIS, you know, in ensuring that this has proper recognition. As I said earlier, we are also looking towards getting partners across other institutions like AFDB, the IITA, you know, Google and MasterCard and all that. We are still working. That is our pipeline, so that we can ensure that our certificates is much stronger and also is well recognized across the entire agri ecosystem. But for now, we are still playing with, we're still working with CIS for now to ensure that most of our students pass through their process and have that strong certificates that's recognized by law.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you. I don't think we have any other question, do we? All right. Please, can we put our hands together for everybody that asked the question and for the organizers for those awesome answers. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're drawing a curtain on today's event. It's been wonderful being your MC for today. Remember, I told you my name is MC Moski, the only comedian I didn't study in Nigeria. Yeah, I didn't study in Nigeria. Please give us the closing remark for today. A round of applause for Omori Rachel as she comes forward. A round of applause for Omori Rachel. Is she around? All right, please can we all come forward as she gives us the closing remarks. A round of applause for her, please.
Thank you very much. It's been a sweet and a smooth ride. I want to say a very big thank you to everyone who had deemed it fit to be here today. I want to say a special thank you to our Commissioner for Agriculture, Lagos State, Honorable Abisola Olusoya. Thank you very much, ma. She's a mentor, she's a mother, my secret admirer. I'm sure she doesn't know this. I also want to say a very big thank you to our CIS partners. A very big thank you to our Kebbi State partners. Thank you very much for making this occasion efficient. They said Rome is not built in a day. The work continues. It's not going to end here. We are going back to our drawing boards to make sure everything works out the way we said it. And I want to use this opportunity to say that as you go back to your destinations, the same way God has brought you here is going to take you back to your destination safely. Thank you very much, and God bless you.
All right, thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. It's been wonderful being here. There's room for pictures, like he said. Please let's take pictures. We can take it here. We can take it. Where are we taking it? Here or outside? In here. I think in here is good. Let's take it in here. Snap pictures. I personally want to snap pictures with some people. So I want to snap picture with you, so my father will know that I've been to Kebbi. All right. Also, people from IIT, I like to snap pictures with you too, so my parents will know that I snapped with people that are not Nigerian. It's not easy to see people that are not Nigerian. I also like to snap with people from OAU, because I actually went to the school. Yeah, I went to OAU. Oh, really? Yes, they didn't give me admission. I went there for post-UM 5 times. All right, let's do this. Let's do this. Can I bring the max down, Leo? Thank you. All right. Selfie, smile. Good. Thank you very much.